Welcome everybody to our live stream here on Friday on lichess on Twitch. I'm your host. Yes. What's up? No challenges. Usually there's like a line of people waiting to play. It's Friday morning. Welcome. Alright everybody. Next week we'll start as scheduled, Sunday simul. Next week, at the end of next week, I may be going away. They're sending me away. Schedule is not set yet, but I just want to prepare everyone. Oh, major scratch on my desk. What are the scratches? It's like a coffee stain. Okay. Yeah, I'm just a weird guy talking to himself here. Yeah, it's a little early to be announcing since there's no viewers. Astrobate, what's up? Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Yes, you are weird. Zenchess, what's up? Good to see you. I'm going to be going away to Romania next week at some point, but I don't know when yet. So there will be downtime. What is this, July? It looks like August is going to be a little crazy because I've got to go away for a week to Romania, and then I have a tournament in Budapest the third week of August. So August is going to be a little choppy. We're going to have to have some downtime in the next month. Not yet, but I think at some point, maybe next week, the end of next week, and then so we're gonna have a crazy August where maybe not streaming as regularly as usual. That's the nature of the beast. So anyway, it's gonna be 41. No, we're hitting 40 here today, and tomorrow like 41. 41 is like 106 or 105 Fahrenheit. Thus the sauna stream. It's nice and early now, but it's gonna be brutal around 3 to 6 tonight. Yeah, what else is new? Waiting for challenges. Please challenge me to 7+5 casual or longer. What else is new? Chess gossip. What's going on in the chess world? Nobody cares. Who cares? Who cares if Magnus Carlsen quits chess? No, he's not going to quit chess, but who cares? Whatever. Alright. I'm interested in the science of chess. Playing chess, analyzing chess, helping people get better at chess. What's up? Are we going to take some challenges here? I'm going to go get a random victim. Let's see. Play, puzzles. How's my ping? Play puzzles and ping. 59 ping, supposedly. My computer seems very slow. Playing puzzles. I hate puzzles. I should do more, though. Wait to move and win. There's a rook on the H-file? Dude, that's ridiculous. That just makes it too easy. A rook on the H-file. So there's a check on C6. This is really annoying. If I try some sort of tactics, he's going to have the in-between move at some point. Check, knight G5, queen C6 check. Move the king. I mean, I figured this is the answer. No. Oh no, I got it wrong. My puzzle rating just dropped. Damn. You serious? I thought rook h8 was the answer. Rook h8, king h8, knight g5. I mean, what's the most forcing move in the position? Rook h8, king h8. What's the problem with this? Knight g5 check, queen c6 check. Move the king somewhere, like g1. He can't play g6 to stop queen h5. So I was sure this was the answer. What's the defense for black there? I don't understand. Do you guys understand? What am I missing here? It's like he just walks away. King g8. His rook's in on f8. Wow, that's crazy. What's the reason why rook h8 doesn't work? We must be missing something. Maybe bishop f4? No. Aspirate, seriously. Dude, rook h8 check, king takes h8, knight g5, threatening queen h5. His only check is c6, we just move the king to g1. Now somebody explain to me how that's not a forced win. You're getting mated. Zen chess, it's queen h5 check, king g8, queen h7 mate. Are you serious? What are we missing here? I don't understand. How does he defend h7? How does he defend h5? He has... I don't understand. What the heck? I don't understand this. We must be missing something obvious. Asabi, what are you talking about? No problem at all. Thank you for the subscription. Tier 1. Rook h8, king takes h8, knight g5. We're threatening queen h5 with mate. f5 doesn't work. g6 is illegal. f6 doesn't work. Queen c6 check, king g1 doesn't stop it. I don't understand. Why doesn't f6 work? Dude, are you serious? I'm playing queen h5 check and queen h7 mate. Rook h8 check, king takes h8, knight g5, f6, queen h5 check, king g8, queen h7 mate. That's why it doesn't work, because it's mate. Am I out of line here? Dude, what are you talking about? Making me second guess my... Someone has to tell me the refutation to my combination with rook h8 before I go on to a game. Maybe we finally cooked one of their puzzles. I guess there's just a better answer. Is that the point? Like, there's some dumb solution? I don't know. Queen e4 or something? Like, there's a faster way to win? Damn, Zen chess. You must be seriously... Right. That's the answer. Shit. Of course. I don't have a rook anymore. It's g6. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Alright. It's early in the morning. It took me... And I still didn't see it. Yeah. Yeah. It's g6. Of course. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. It doesn't work. So, the solution is knight g5 first. Yeah, we just did the order wrong. The classic, the threat is stronger than the execution. See, now if we do knight g5 first, the point is g6 doesn't work because of rook h8, mate. See what engine says. Yeah, it's the same thing, just I did the order wrong. Order wrong. You got my order wrong. Resident Spectre Heroku. That's what I get for not doing enough puzzles. Oh no. Heroku. Wrong time control. Heroku's still like 2 months in the past. We're doing 5 seconds. No more blitz. You apologize for bad analysis. Dude, what about mine? I mean, I put in the wrong answer. No need to apologize for my stupidity. The motif was good, but we just did it the wrong way. Bugatti Queen. 7 plus 5, that's better. Alright, nice warm-up tactic there. Please support the stream, my efforts to become World Senior Champion, and donate, or just subscribe here on our stream. Everybody's welcome. Welcome to subscribe, but welcome to just hang out and try to learn something with us. I'm streaming till 1:30. It's 11:17 now. So we're taking challenges in the range between 7 plus 5 and, let's say, 10 plus 5. Nothing longer. If they get too long, we're not going to get enough games in. Yes, Carol Khan. Did we play this? No. Never apologize for bad analysis. Bugatti Queen, do we know you? Are you a player who played here under a different account? Knight G5. Trying to avoid exchanges. I used to play the system for black, but always had bad results. It's more passive than the other variations, Bishop F5 and Knight F6. You know what must suck, like being a lobster? And being stuck in the supermarket in one of those, like, refrigerated tanks with those rubber bands on your hands. Stream of consciousness. It's a stream of consciousness. Stream. Okay, can you sack on e6 right away? We can sack on f7. Oh my. Knight takes f7, king f7, knight g5 check. Not fully convinced by this. King g8 or e8. Oh, that raises another question. You know, should I like play queen e2 right away or something? I don't think so. I'm answering my own questions. That's a large lobster if it had a claw like an apple. Here, queen e2. I'm not going to sack my knight right away. This is slightly fatal. It's like the ultimate. White's fishing is the ultimate fishing pole. Speaking of lobsters, we have the ultimate fishing pole attack. You might want to use some time when you play rapid or classical chess. Generally helps. That's the thing that bothers me with a lot of players. Like, I don't understand why people like only start thinking once they have a lost position. Like, what's the good of that? You know. All right, it's morning. I don't even know where Resident Inspector is from, so I don't know if it's like morning for him or middle of the night. Werewolf in London. No Sakis for the night. I'm just gonna play this developing move. What's up, Great Lazarus? Good to see you. Sort of. I mean, we don't really see you, but that's what I mean. I'm glad you're here. Trust me, I played the 97 Carol Khan with Black, and this is not okay. This is not okay. I think the last time I played it, when I finally quit playing it, was I lost to like this guy Rasit Ziatinov. That was the last time I played it. I was like, dude, I'm done. That was around 2005. I'm not going to play this opening anymore. It just sucks. Blame the opening, but it is a passive, it's a very, very passive variation for Black. The last two times I played it, I lost to Kudrin and Ziatinov, and then I was like, alright, dude, this sucks. There's a few Grandmasters who play it, but I don't see the point. You know, the other variations with Bishop F5 and Knight F6 are just better. Why play Knight D7? It's clearly the worst of Black's choices. Resident Spectator. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll just borrow that for a little while. Have I ever listened to the Perpetual Chess podcast? Once, I think. But I mean, I've heard only good things about it, Zen Chess. Because I haven't listened to it doesn't mean it's not good. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you. I don't listen to any podcasts in general. I'm not a podcast person. But if I did listen to a chess podcast, it would probably be that one. I'm not really, you know, what's her name? Well, this is like our puzzle podcast. Puzzle cast. Oof, it's ugly. We were practicing this kind of position, man. This is perfect for our puzzle purposes. It's like the worst game ever. Resident Spectator is just trying to help do our training for the puzzle we like messed up before the stream. It's like he's losing on purpose. They have an anti-my system agenda. What? 8 pancakes. Now you're smoking cigarettes with pancakes. Mmm. You would have liked my ex-roommate. He was big on both. Alright. My mom would have liked pancakes and cigarettes. Coffee and cigarettes. With Iggy Pop. Wait, is that a Jarmusch? That was Jarmusch, right? A Jarmusch movie? Where's the mate? Minnesota Fats. Yeah, this is like really ugly. What do you listen to normally? Nothing. Music. I'm not really a podcast person. I listen to audiobooks sometimes. Music. Never really gotten into podcasts personally. Music and sometimes audiobooks. Chess audiobooks. Are we ready yet? That was a terrible disaster for black. So this is not correct. I mean, bishop e7. There's a very fine line with black and traverse here. This has actually been played, but probably not since the 80s. There was one guy, 2480, got smashed by Wang Hao. Yeah. Jesus. Apparently it's possibly playable, but really passive. Yeah. This looks like you're gonna get sacked on. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop check. Sultan Almashi versus Darshan Kumaran, like World Junior or something. King f8. World Junior 1994. Zoli's a little younger than me, so that might be. Could be. Watson, Farley, and Williams, Young Masters, maybe. Alright, let's go. Ripunj Bansal. The Watson, Farley, and Williams wasn't the Young Masters. That's a different tournament. They had a Young Masters tournament in England in the late 80s. Yeah, we're going by will. It depends on who's out to get me at a given time. So, yeah, where is everybody? E4. Billy. Kind of outgrew that. Oh no. Not Ripunj Bansal. Not that. Not this guy. You played the Caro-Kann last time. Yeah, I guess we go by will here. Williams, very formal. Don't call me Billy. That was my childhood name. Yeah, I've been trying the French defense against him a few times recently, but he seems to be kind of like prepared for that. We're expecting 101, 102 degrees here today. Still a little early. We're only in the low 90s. Get the sauna fired up. We gotta keep him off guard, I say. Keep him off guard with the Franco Benoni. Ask me, did you like Franco Benoni when you were a kid? Raviolis? Franco Benoni. Take. Now, an e4 player should not necessarily do well here. I think these are difficult structures to play as an e4 player. You're not getting this Benoni structure very often. Bad bishop. Bad bishop, get it outside the pawn chain. No checking in the opening explorer. We're taking challenges 7+5 through 10+5. Anything in that range with a 5-second increment. That means 7-5, 8-5, 9-5, 10-5. I've basically quit playing Blitz. Because I just don't think it's that useful. I mean, playing games where you don't really have time to think doesn't seem very constructive to me. Just saying. Did you ever play on... Oh yeah, of course. I was a Site Pro. It was a good idea, that site, but they ran it into the ground. Those dubious Canadians, or whatever, that ran it. Dadotan dumped a lot of money into WCN, and then they just spoiled it. But I was like a faithful player there, and I worked and I did my banter chess and whatever. And then they started to kind of like bring too many people on board. And so eventually I just stopped getting like games and jobs and events, and I parted ways, and within a year they died. I guess they were destined for failure. It seems like it was the idea was pretty good. Talk about it? Well, I don't know what there is to talk about. I mean, one thing that bothers me is that, like, I can't find the games from there. They have like a lot of games that were played. Like, I have a bunch of games against grandmasters that I would like to have for posterity. And there's, I don't know where I can find even like the old games from the site. I've seen one or two of them pop up somewhere. We used to do banter chess. What else did we do? Well, I guess we played like blitz challenges against viewers. Well, I mean, it was very different from other chess sites that I've seen. It was kind of, how to explain, I don't know. It seemed a little different. We did typed text commentary, you know. I mean, they could have and should have tried to incorporate like multimedia more, probably. We had the technology to do. You probably could have done Skype or something. I got to play some strong players. They sort of were mismanaged, I think. I remember they like gave me a bunch of like worthless stock options. Great. You just ran the company into the ground. Now I have stock options. That's perfect. Fly-by-night operation. They had a lot of money from this Asian millionaire, Dado Tan. I forget where he's from. And then they just let these Canadian guys run it. I forget the guy's name. Hamilton, I think, was his name. Who was kind of in charge of running the site. There were strong players, yeah. But I guess the money ran out, you know, and they weren't really making enough money. Is there an echo in here? Dude, I just said like Dado Tan. He's like a famous chess benefactor. Pay attention, kid! Are you related to Riponj Bansal by any chance? I love it when I like answer questions and people ask the same question again. No, he would be spreading gossipy rumors about Magnus Carlsen. B4 and Rook E1. Naturally interconnected. Don't be sorry. Don't get sorry. Get even. Where does B4 come from? Great Lazarus, what are you talking about? Not to my knowledge, she didn't. Maybe you're thinking of a different site. I mean, I played and worked on that site until it's like last year, basically, when I quit. There was no Polgars there. You might be thinking of a different site, like US Chess Live or something. Later they merged, maybe? I don't know, you know, like, but in its normal heyday, like, there was no Polgars. There are different Polgars, and you can't just say Polgar, by the way. Polgar can be construed in different ways. There's like the evil stepsister and then the good ones. It's not clear if you're talking about like Cinderella or the evil stepsister. Not all Polgars are created equal. Like, Susan's really creepy. I mean, she's a bad person. Judith is one of the greatest players in history. And the other one is just this nice woman who doesn't play that much, who I think lives in Israel. I played her once in New York, Sophia. They're all different, you know. You can't lump them into one category. Although I think that lately it feels like the evil stepsister got too much influence on Judith. She acts all kind of markety too. Bad. We don't talk about that here. Wow. Don't talk about the evil stepsister. I'm not going to go over these. I've been doing this stream for like 6 years, so I've like talked about this stuff millions of times. And a lot of people haven't heard it, but yeah, I don't like the evil stepsister. Ooh, she's gross. And like those like airbrushed photos that she like puts out of herself. Ugh. She gets younger. The latest one I saw was horrific. Alright, let's just play g6. I don't know what to do here. I guess I'm just worse. Wow. But I have nothing against Judith. Dude, I worked for the site for like 3 years. You know, I would know who played there. Yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong. But, you might be confusing it with the US Chess Live. It was another site, and maybe like they all got bought by I'm not sure what happened in the last year, before the World Chess Network died. But I played on the site. I was an employee of the site. I had stock options. I know who played there. Susan Polgar was not a member of the team that played for World Chess Network. But nobody ever believes me. I could talk until my people don't believe me. Yeah. World Chess Network, she was in with USCF, and she probably did stuff with USCF before she tried to sue them and take away their money. She was doing a lot of promotions with the US Chess Federation, which has nothing to do with the World Chess Network. They're completely different entities. World Chess Network was totally separate, owned by Dado Tan and run by Canadians. Later, when it was on the verge of dying, I don't know what happened to it. It's possible that they were eaten up by something else. But no, I don't work for the same site. I never was employed by a company that dealt with Susan Polgar. Once I had to sit next to her in a Blitz tournament, that was gross enough. White's play is just like he's a super GM. Yeah, it probably died around 2005. Exactly. I worked for them until 2003. Maybe 99 to 2003. Who's worse, Susan Polgar or Agata Kamsky's dad? Probably Susan Polgar. Agata Kamsky's dad just beats people up, murders people or whatever. He's all business. I don't know, there were these rumors he killed people, but I really have no evidence that that's true, That's probably just a made up rumor. He was a former boxer, was what I was told, But Susan Polgar is just a horrible person. Scam artist. Alright. In a sense, a scam artist. She was a good player. Being a good player doesn't make you a good person, obviously. But we never lump our Polgars together. I never had any problem with Judith. She was always had a good reputation. The other one does not. She screwed over a lot of people. She did a lot of bad stuff. And so did her husband or whatever. This guy Paul Truong was a bad hombre. They would basically try to sue anybody or just screw over anybody for money. They're evil. Gada's dad was just kind of a horrible parent. I only met him once, I think. I didn't shake his hand or anything. I was just in the same room, standing next to him or something. But there were so many stories. He was abusive. He physically abused Gada. From what I heard. I wasn't there when it happened, but it was common knowledge. Why are we talking about this stuff anyway? That's acerbate. No, it was Zenchess who's worse. Gada's dad or Susan Polgar. I don't like either of them, but if I had to choose, I would rather hang out with Gada's dad. Is he still alive? And where does Gada live, by the way? Does Gada live in Russia? In Mordor? now, or does he live in the United States? Isn't he like living in Mordor? That must be kind of awkward. This is weird. He must have gotten... No, he's actually connected and lost on time. So White was better the whole game. Perfect game by White. 0 inaccuracy, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. Standard. No. He's got some mistakes. So we actually missed something. What could it possibly be? The C file. The C file can't be defended. Yeah. I have queen c7. He's overextended. Nah, hallucinated. I forgot my queen's on e8, not on d8, so I can't go there. So I didn't see it. What is it? b5 was best. Wow. How does that work? Your lights went out. You lost power. I don't even understand. Why does the computer claim this is like... Whoops. Lost my pillow. Elbow pillow. This is not so clear. This evaluation is actually, like, not even correct. Apparently. We have 95. Wow. So that's not incorrect. Hard to see this, though. Black's much better. Heroku. I don't take rated challenges. It gives too much people an incentive to cheat. So Heroku. Long time no see. Do you have power issues there, Repunj? Happy Friday, everybody. Challenge me to rapid chess, please. IVYM. Hi, Ponda. Hi, Will and everyone. Thank you, IVYM, for resubscribing. Subscribing in Tier 1. I'm gonna try something different. I usually play C takes D. Yeah, okay. C4, the Marazzi. Trying for the Marazzi. Yes. Alright, let's just do it. I can also play Queen B6 and Queen A5 there. Both common variations. Do you go to Mammoth Mall? No. I live in Buda. Yeah, I live in Pest, and Mammoth Mall is in Buda. So it's the Mammoth is between Moskva, what used to be called Moskva Ter, and what am I thinking? Anyway, so Mammoth shopping mall is on the other side of the city, and I live in the crazy side, so I never go over there. I haven't been over there in years. I rarely go over to Buda. Basically, it's almost like Budapest is like two separate cities. You can live on one side and never go to the other side. I was over there when I came home from Balaton the last time to take the train. Sometimes I have to take the train from Buda. The chess tournament, the first Saturday, is in Buda. But I haven't... What makes you ask that? That's a pretty random question from Great Lazarus. It's a shopping center. You were there once. Oh. Yeah, you were on the Buddha side. Buddha side is kind of nicer in a way. There's like the hills. It's not as commercial. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would agree probably that the Buddha side is nicer. chain bridge is very famous, the lancet. In Hungarian, chain is lance, so it's called the lancet. Yeah, that's a beautiful bridge. It's ironic that I had this Greek guy ask me recently if he should come, if it was worth it to come and play in for Saturday. A younger FIDE master who I played here a couple years ago. He sent me a message like 2 months ago asking me if it was worth it to play in Budapest in their tournaments. And, you know, it had been really bad here for a while because the tournaments were way out of the city. But in the last just like year, First Saturday and these other tournaments they're hosting every month are being held in a more central location now, in Moscow. Well, what used to be Moscow Terror. They changed the name. Not to sound Russian. That's not the reason, but it's kind of appropriate now. I guess Queen B6 might be a better move. Anyway, so I told him that the chess tournaments here are better now that they're hosting them in a better location. They were in a really bad location for a long time. They used to be in Pest, which was better. I'm only gonna... I don't know. I don't really like going to Buda to play. There's also the castle on the Buda side, which is a huge, cool, touristic place to go. A few years ago, I played in a couple of tournaments at the Buda Castle hill, but it was so much of a pain to go up there. It takes me like 40 minutes to get to... It takes me at least 30 minutes to get to Buda, and then another like 20 minutes. I was late to one of my games, and I lost because I had to walk like 2 miles and I missed my bus. I was really pissed, and I was just so irritated that I like offered a draw after like 12 moves. I was like dripping with sweat. I had walked 2 miles like really fast to get to the game, and then I offered a draw to this kid and he declined, and I was kind of pissed and I played like shit, and I lost that game. I think under normal conditions I would have never lost to this guy. The other thing that happened during that game was my opponent's dad was there, and what the guy did was, this is really, really, really bad, but basically I was playing, I was late, so I was behind on the clock, and at one point the kid like left the room. He was outside in the hall, in the entryway, like talking, which is like quite a distance from the playing room. And I mean, I'm behind on the clock, and like, I was happy that he was out of the room and his clock was running while it was his move. And his dad like saw that I made a move and his clock was running, and he like, I watched him like run outside to tell his son that it was his turn, you know. I was like livid, you know, this is so illegal. I mean, man, the guy was just, it was so creepy. Already the son has a good position and more time, and you have to like run outside to tell him that it's his turn. It was like, I was hysterical. I wanted to like punch the guy in his face. It was just so gross, and he like tried to deny it. It's like, dude, I just saw you like run outside and get him. Can't do that. You can, but you shouldn't. Tell a player that his clock is running. People do it, but it's like kind of against the rules. I don't know. Maybe it's not technically against the rules, but it's definitely immoral. Could you give me a 1-minute directions on how to obtain formal US rating? Well, in order to get a USCF rating, you have to like join the US Chess Federation. They used to have this thing where you could just like join for one tournament, but I'm not sure that still exists. Basically, you have to like pay a membership fee, to be part of U.S. Chess Federation, then you have to like play in over-the-board tournaments, and then you'll get a rating. I don't know. I would sort of look up U.S. Chess Federation. You can sign up online. They'll send you a membership card in the mail, and then, or maybe you don't even need one anymore, but just a number, and then you can go to tournaments and play and get a rating. I don't know. I have to ask Mr. Coffee about this. Come to think of it, I don't know if it's actually against the rules or not. It's illegal for the arbiter to tell a player that it's his turn. I'm not sure about other players or spectators. It's definitely like something you don't do. I would never do that. It was so bad. I was so angry. Already I missed my bus and I'm like half an hour late for the game. Then the guy's dad has to actually like tell him when it's his turn and lie about it when I confront him. I was so pissed. I just lost. I just blundered and lost. I wasn't focused at all. Makes me really angry. No names. Dads are disgusting. I mean, chess dads that get involved in the game. I don't know how good the dad is. He might be a master strength player. I'm not sure. He's like a Serbian Hungarian. But it's not just dads. I mean, spectators are allowed in the playing hall. It's not like a kiddie tournament. I know like in some scholastic tournaments they'll like ban the parents from the playing hall. But I never played in scholastic tournaments. The kid? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't think spectators should communicate about anything with the players. That's true. The players shouldn't be communicating with anybody. But it's not like a kid tournament where they ban the parents from the playing hall. I know they do that in like US chess. That this kid is a strong player. Of course, it was a closed tournament with strong players. No, I never played that guy, Zen Chess. I think he's a little bit younger than me, quite a bit younger than me, and he never played abroad much. And I think he wasn't that strong till after I moved over here. This was a tournament 3 years ago, right before COVID. It was 2019. It must have been 2019. Does that make sense? Yeah, like the end of 2019. I don't know why I got on this subject though. Yeah, you're right. Of course, spectators shouldn't be communicating with the players. Yeah, another case a couple years before that, I just talked about this the other day. There was a situation where, this is so dumb. It was like a big open tournament in Budapest, and they had like a analysis room right next to the main playing hall. And I was playing this kid. It's always like the kid and parents or coach or something. And the coach and the parents both were like sitting with a laptop analyzing the position in the next room. And there's like a door, like an open doorway between the playing hall and this like other room right next door, where they're sitting there with the computer like analyzing the position live. And like the dad kept like going back and forth. I think the kid even went in the room where there's like a computer with his position on the board. I was hysterical. The arbiter, I got the arbiter to warn them not to do this, but I mean that's crazy. You can't have people with a computer in the next room with a position on the board. Are you serious? You shouldn't have any electronic devices They shouldn't allow people with phones, obviously. Computers should be the same in the next room. Give me a break. So Phonology said, arbitrating a school championship, one of the dads give advice during the game. My worst experience with parents was like these dads who tried to like intimidate me. One Hungarian player he's a top Hungarian player now. I won't name any names. I actually like him. Fortunately, his dad would like stare at me during the game. He would like make angry, like he was doing like locking his eyes with mine and trying to like intimidate me or something. It was just so disgusting. I've been playing chess for like 30 years, you know, I've seen everything. You know, and we're not talking about like beginner level here. We're talking about like this kid's an IM or very strong player. The parents should know a little bit better. I kind of understand if it's like a total amateur tournament and dad's there trying to whisper advice or something. You know, if he's a noob, I mean, maybe. But when you get to the point where your child is like one of the top players in the country or something, I mean, you should know a little bit about the etiquette of how tournaments work. I mean, you don't like have a stare contest with your kids' opponents to try to intimidate them. That's just ridiculous. I wasn't intimidated, but he's like distracting me, you know, from concentrating. It's just ridiculous. People are such idiots. Yeah, that's why a lot of times I don't like to teach kids. Because their parents are idiots. Yeah, even a kid who's like intermediate level parents should understand what's going on. This guy's kid is like one of the top, you know, 2 or 3 kids in Hungary for under 20 or something. I mean, obviously at that point, it's... Funny thing is the kid's really nice. It's usually just the parents are idiots. But I hate when the parents are pushy and they want to get involved in like the chess lessons and stuff. That's the problem. Why we got on the subject was Gada's dad. That was the problem, like Roman told me when they were preparing for the candidates matches. It was a huge problem. It was like having Donald Trump in the room. Like, imagine like Donald Trump was like your chess prodigy's father, you know. Do you imagine if like Donald Jr. was like a chess player and Donald Trump was like the dad? He was trying to get involved in everything. He wanted to like, even though Rustam sucks, he's maybe, I don't know, he's like 1600 or something. I don't mean to insult you guys if you're 1600, but it's still a very average level, totally amateur level, compared to somebody who's 2600. So Rustam would actually force them to choose the openings he wanted to play. Can you imagine that? A 1600 player was picking the openings that like Gada would play in the candidates match. Gigi was like, this is ridiculous, man. And they had to all like agree with everything Rustam said all the time, like an analysis, and it was just insane. He said it was almost impossible to deal with it. The worst chess parent ever. Great game here by Hiroku. Wow. Wish I had a tactic at some point. Yeah, Roman was really funny. We had a falling out. So we don't talk anymore. He's difficult, but he is a funny guy. Really difficult to get along with him, though. What? Yes, we've gone crazy. Panic. That's funny. Once we were at this like pizza restaurant, and they were really slow, like um, bringing the food or preparing the food. And he was like, "What is this? Same day service?" I do a bad Roman accent. Yeah, he likes to eat. That was the best part of working with him. We'd always like order like subs and pizza or something. There aren't enough fat guy chess players. Well, there is Feingold. Way more fat people in poker. Everyone in poker seems fat. When I go to like the poker room here, it's scary to watch some of these guys eat. Zen chess. Alright, Zen chess is up next. Well, I haven't seen Feingold in 20 years. I mean, in live, but well, less maybe. I played him in 2006. Alright, so 16 years. But he always had a weight problem, and you know, maybe at some point I would assume like you'd have to change your lifestyle. Alright. D4. Are we gonna make to 100? What is it like the Bible say? I never understood that. It was like 4 score. How many years are you supposed to live? Does anybody remember that? What is it again? How long are we supposed to live? Roman's really funny, but if you get on his wrong side, like, he never forgives you. And I'm sort of not as extreme, but similar. So once we had a falling out, like, we could never make up. But he did something, you know, he sort of didn't do something that he should have done. We don't speak since like 2002. I saw him once in like 2001, and I like nodded and said hi, but that was it. That was the end of our relationship. He helped me a lot, but he also did some stuff I didn't like. So, whatever. It all evens out in the end. What's the reason for e3? It's not e4. You can play g3, e3, and e4 here, Arsenal fan. They're all different and all good moves. Botvinnik played e3. I mean, my problem with the e4 is that it leads to too much simplification, like forcing lines. I don't like, you know, this like long sequences of moves where we're just like trading the pieces, you know. Cheaperspieler loves that because he gets to trade 2 sets of pieces. If you want to like never be able to beat Cheaperspieler, for example, play this variation. That's where you trade 2 pieces off the board immediately. Yeah, maybe bishop c4. It's all good. Oftentimes, like, white is capturing on c4. The bishop itself isn't that well placed on that square. Yeah, I don't like when people make fun of Nimzovich. And Zen Chess and I will both be pissed. But there are worse things. You could make fun of, like, Alyakin. My first tournament in 1986, it was 86? I never remember. Maybe it was 85. Whatever. This guy made fun of Alyakin. I was like, dude, you're an idiot. Who makes fun of Alyakin? Like, Nimzovich, maybe, but, like, nobody with half a brain ever would make fun of Alyakin. Like, that's... You just obviously don't know what you're talking about. He just obviously didn't know anything. I mean, objectively, Nimzovich wasn't as strong as the world champions, let's say. And he did play some bad games where he got destroyed by people sometimes. But he was still a very, very, very strong player, and he basically revitalized the theory of chess. I mean, making fun of Nimzovich is probably a bannable offense. I don't know about articles. I mean, Alyakin was criticized for shoddy analysis where he would lie about stuff, like things he didn't see, or he would exaggerate. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He would, yeah, he wasn't maybe a good... He wasn't an objective chess analyst, but you know, that's totally something different from being a chess player. Yeah. I mean, I think the annotations that you have, especially in that era, 100 years ago or whatever, they were really intended for like noobs who read, you know, the evening paper and knew almost nothing about chess. Wow, knight takes f6? Are you serious? Yeah, I think everyone did it. Not everyone, maybe, but it was normal in that era. To exaggerate how great your moves were and stuff. Giving exclamations to every 2 moves you played. Okay. Zine chess. But I always... have a soft spot in my heart for both of those players who were very influential on me. That's the best way to get better at chess. I mean, to analyze the classic games of the greatest players in history. The number one way to improve in chess. Of course, you'd prefer to have games analyzed by objective people. So, later, I guess, Botvinnik maybe more objective. More objective than the earlier world champions in analysis. Players like Smyslov, Botvinnik became more objective. Golumbek. You know, Golumbek, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like Slovak. It's probably Slovakian. But it's interesting because Golumb is a pigeon. It means pigeon in Hungarian. It probably means pigeon in Slovakian too. Golumbek was a famous British player and author mostly. He was a famous pigeon. He was a pigeon compared to the top players, I guess. Recently we analyzed the Golumbek game. I think Move 11 or someone submitted it to the Thursday stream. Actually, where were you yesterday, Arsenal fan? We missed you. There was all sorts of speculations about what had happened to you. Yeah, right. Golumbek Kole. Look at Zenchess going Karpov. I didn't realize that Nikola Tesla was a pigeon-related person. There's also Bert from Sesame Street. He's a huge pigeon aficionado, right? Does he count? He's he's right up there with Nikola Tesla and Golumbek and Bert. Yeah, I mean Baburin is a quality chess thinker. I like Alex. Once we did commentary on ICC together, and I enjoyed working with him. Not that many people I really enjoyed working with, to be honest. Probably Baburin was one of the best commentary partners I ever had. He's a really nice guy. He's objective in his analysis. He's extremely knowledgeable. Mike Tyson likes pigeons. Probably likes punching them. Alright. I like Mike. You know about that recent incident, right? Where this guy was provoking him on an airplane and he punched him. But he didn't get arrested somehow. I thought that was kind of weird. I didn't get the impression that Tyson was actually arrested. You'd think punching someone on an airplane would be pretty serious. Whether or not someone else provoked you, you're still... The other guy was throwing stuff at him. No, this was on the plane. Really? No, this I thought was on the plane. No, this was a guy, not a journalist, an idiot. Was throwing stuff at his seat, but they agreed So somehow they like agreed not to press charges, I guess. Probably. I guess that's a personal thing. It's not like an air crime or whatever. So he probably paid the guy off, I guess. Water bottle, exactly. No, they threw a water bottle at him in his seat on the airplane. Oh yeah, I mean, in the, of course, Arsenal fan, like 1990s Justice. He must have paid the guy off. Well, it sort of faded. But I mean, that's not like, it's understandable. The guy was purposely provoking him. But still, legally, he could probably have a case. Throwing a water bottle is one thing, like punching somebody in the face is another. Maybe he did it on purpose to get a lawsuit out of him. Probably worked. He's untouchable. He's like OJ. So Tyson was in jail for how long? How's the waiting time? Oh, Husky. Wow. Long time no see. Waiting time. Wait list. Party of 3. It's looking sketchy. It doesn't look good. 15:35 an hour. You're probably too late. Husky, I can put you on first alternate. But unless someone else drops out, I doubt I'm going to be able to play 4 games. First alternate. Yeah, this is tough, man. 2 bishops versus 2 knights, good blockader. My d4 pawn is a major pain in the ass. Not sure how I should handle this. Bishop c4. Bishop d3. Subjectively here. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. This doesn't seem right, actually. Work. Sorry. You beat a Master Sunday like a noob? What? Pipe down there. He just bites their ears off and stuff. Just bite his ear off if you can't beat him in the ring, man. I mean, it's easy. Head movement. Speaking of pigeons, he had like the pigeon head movement. We can fix our pawn structure now. All right. If you really want to send Arsenal over the edge, you can be like, Tyson sucked. Clearly one of the greatest boxers of all time. Maybe. Alright. It was just an accident. Biting ears off in chess is a good idea. I like that. Oh man, he's getting these knights all over me. Speaking of Nimzovich. Nimzovich knights. No, Arsenal, we respect your boxing acumen. He's been in too many pub crawls to be wrong about this. Self-taught. Uber driver is like an old soul. What are you trying to do there anyway? Uber driver, his references are constantly like from ancient times, as if he's like 100 years old. That's why it was so hard to pick him off. You'd think with the things he says, he would be like AD or something. Little did I know that he's only a little bit older than me. He's got the Frank Marshall, Rocky Marciano references, like my dad would have had. Your references are like from my dad's generation. I never even like remember anything about Rocky Marciano except for my dad talking about him. It's super old school. What's the trick? I'm gonna get me a Slurpee. Big gulp. You know, that's one thing I don't understand. Why do we not have 7-Elevens in Hungary? Can anybody explain that to me? Why is there 7-Eleven in, like, Norway, but not in Hungary? Is it too much to ask for a 7-Eleven? Seriously, why are there no, like, normal convenience stores here? I've been wondering this for a long time. Damn. I mean, I know the Hungarian government, like, hates, like, foreign operators. But we have other stuff, like McDonald's, Starbucks. Why is there no 7-Elevens? I really want a Slurpee. Damn it. It's like 100 degrees. If you ever wanted a Slurpee. My kids want Slurpees. I want Slurpee. Do you have 7-Eleven in the UK? The only place I'm sure they have it is in Norway, but I assume it must be in other European countries. I used to live down the street from a 7-Eleven in Boston. You don't have it in Austria? Yeah, it's weird. Why the heck do they have it in Norway? Alright. It's so big in the United States. They're like everywhere. Did Giphy just like jump in the list, or was he already up there? He doesn't have enough games. Giffy doesn't have enough games anyway. Alright. You had them in Australia, okay. It looks like they like English speaking countries. Norway has a very high percentage of people who speak English, Australia, but not in the UK, so that theory goes out the window. I don't know. It's just kind of random. It's just when it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I want a big gulp, and it's just one of the most American things. You don't need drinking Slurpees in Norway anyway. Right? Wonder if they have 7-Eleven in Finland. The weird bishop e5 variation. I don't know how I started talking about 7-Elevens. Yeah, Mr. Coffee's from Pennsylvania. Sheets. Wawa is big. It's a Delaware Valley thing. They had those when I was a kid. It's basically like a Delaware Valley version of 7-Eleven. Convenience store. But they're not really worldwide. Knight on BD7. So what am I supposed to do here? We'll just do the A4. Now your pieces are bottled up. Freezies. You mean like freezer pops? Like you buy in the supermarket? In the big... What always struck me about that was we used to buy them for my kids. You have like no idea. Like there's ones that just come in like all different colors that come in a big like plastic. Just come in... You just buy them like in a strip of like plastic. Who knows what's in that stuff, you know? If you think about it, like, has this been like checked? They're like directly imported from China, and nobody has a clue what they're like eating or drinking or whatever you call it. Has this been inspected? Like seriously, you know those freezer pops you buy in the supermarket? I mean, they don't even have like a label on them or anything. They're probably from China. Man, with global warming, investing in companies that make ice cream and freezer pops has got to be like one of the top investments you can make. Unilever. I was thinking yesterday, while I was eating this like this popsicle, I was thinking like, what can we invest in that makes sense with global warming? Invest in popsicles. That's what I say. It's got to be the way to go. So I say, look at the label of your popsicle. Check in on the stock market. What do you think, Uber driver? You're big on investments. Lithium. That's better for like bipolar disorder, isn't it? Not like climate change. You need it for electric vehicles? You should talk to Asterbate about batteries. Yeah, he's into the rare earth minerals. He was telling me about it yesterday. Yeah, I guess I'm a small time thinker. You know my stream title? It's just a joke. But Ali Reza. Yeah, because rapid chess is different from like standard, of course. Yeah, I can't stand Elon Musk. Nylon mask. Giphy, you don't have enough games. I'm not accepting challenges from people with less than like 100 games. Great Lazarus is next. Don't really want to give you my bishop necessarily. I think I'll pass on that. Well, no, I can take on f8, right? Why don't I just take on f8? You have a trick, like bishop takes c3. Is that what Arsenal wants to do? He wants to play bishop takes c3 in between move? What does Sladgy mean? What do you mean, what does Sladgy mean? That was my dog's name. My dog's nickname. My former dog. My ex-dog. How do you call like a dog you had that died? Is he like your former dog? My ex-dog? Does anyone know? What would you call it, Mr. Coffee, if it was like your ex-cat? It's a good thing that Arsenal's queen is on the wrong side of the board. Otherwise he might have some real sort of stuff going on here. Previous dog. Yeah, if you go on Discord, you can see my dog's picture. That's my profile picture on Discord. He was a German Shepherd, but not a purebred. He had Rottweiler. He had Rottweiler DNA, for sure. He was like barrel shaped. He wasn't shaped like a pure German Shepherd. He had a thicker body. The dog that is no more. Oh no. I don't have dogs now. Because, well, we adopted him. You know, he wasn't a purebred, as I'm saying. The best thing to do is adopt pets. I mean, there's a lot of pets that they need homes. I mean, I wouldn't go out and like buy a dog when you can like adopt a dog from a pet shelter. He was adopted from a German Shepherd rescue, or maybe actually he was adopted from a shelter. Not a German Shepherd rescue, but he was again not a purebred. So his name was Sage, but it mutated to Sagey and then Slagey. And everyone calls me Sladgy because that's like how the Hungarians say it. So it's like Sage, Sagey, Slagey, Sladgy. It's just mutated over time. How dare you sacrifice the exchange against me for the initiative? I had a plan. Slim Sladgy. I was never a fan of Eminem, but he kind of grew on me at some point. I can tolerate him. Especially in today's world of horrible pop music. Eminem looks like freaking Beethoven. FF. F5. Yeah, lyrics aside, at least he has some musical sense. Dude, yesterday they had like some kind of party in the park. They were playing the worst music and it was like being piped in through my window. It's not that I'm just getting old. I mean, pop music, like, is getting worse. It's not even a joke. '94, actually. But I blame it all on MTV. When like the videos are more important than the music, that's the point where music starts to really suck. It's like chess. When time becomes more important than the game, than the moves, than the position, then chess begins to suck. When the music video is more important than the music itself, then the music sucks, you know? You've got a lot of great artists, like, look at, like, the Beastie Boys, for example. You may not like them, but I mean, they did fantastic videos, and their music was good. It's possible to do both, but not a lot of artists even care anymore. Alright, bishop takes g4. Bishop takes g4, bishop takes d4. God, Arsenal. Such a psychopath. The chess psychopath. I love how he's playing for the initiative here. Oh my god, this is a blunder. I'm a blender. No, it's alright. Rat God. Tom Jones is doing a concert in Budapest. How old is Tom Jones? He's almost as bad as Iggy Pop. I saw this poster yesterday. No, it is reassuring to know, like, that old people are still alive. At my age. There are people older than me who are still active in the world. It's a very reassuring feeling. By the way, you know that Frank Marshall was a pioneer in the modern Benoni. I'm not even sure they knew what the Benoni was back then. Uber driver. Benoni is an old Hebrew word. Isn't that the story? That it's son of sorrow? The word itself is old. Does it mean that the opening itself is old? I would say not necessarily. They always had old Benoni. Sure. Sure they did. I like how Arsenal's bishops, like, defend all these squares over here on h7. Like, you can never actually checkmate him. I see a weak point, though. Wow. I don't think it can get in there by force, though. Your kingside is so sketch. Arsenal fans flying circus. Circus McGurkus. You said Circus still exists, right? Asterbait? I always figured that'd be like one of the first casinos to bite the bullet. Circuses are like practically like not PC anymore anyway. Can't have a circus. That's not politically correct. Yeah, me too. I never stayed there. I stayed at the horrible. They used to have the. They always had, what was it called? The National Open at the Riviera, which was like the biggest dump on the Vegas Strip, with the cheapest hotel. To be honest, it wasn't that bad, but it was widely regarded as one of the worst Vegas hotels. Damn, dude, I can't believe you're defending this position with bishop f6. It's really annoying. There has to be a win here. Oh, you played in that? Okay, yeah. I did. Bally's isn't that bad. They had the North American Open at Bally's. That was the last time I was in Vegas. It was a long time ago, like 2005 or something. And one day I'm gonna go back. But that's where we're gonna have SladgyCon in Vegas. Oh man, did you guys hear? Last week there was this like scare at the World Series of Poker that like all these people went running. They thought there was a live shooter at the World Series of Poker, and there was like a stampede to get out, and it turned out it was just all a false alarm. It's crazy, man. I mean, that would be like the worst place in the world. In some like conference room filled with like hundreds and thousands of people. And then it turns out it's a false alarm, completely based on almost nothing. The thousands of people were like panicking and getting stampeded. So Hawaiians are underrated. Yeah, right. Negriano got his hand messed up. My Hungarian friend, played like 15 events at the World Series of Poker. He didn't mention it in his post. Maybe he wasn't there when it happened. But anyway, I haven't been to Vegas since 2005. The Riviera was really bad. Man, Arsenal, what a tough fighter. Done a good job defending. You just dropped by randomly. Welcome, Spectacular Camel. Weight classes in chess. Uber driver. You're not a lightweight, you're a clown. Actually, you belong at Circus Circus if you go to Vegas. Uber driver. Bishop takes there, really? I guess I shouldn't. I want to get rid of his darks for bishop. It's kind of getting on my nerves, but this should be a win. This is pretty straightforward. This is your life on chess. I went to MGM and they had the roller coaster there, but I don't remember, man. I haven't been there in a long time. Probably Vegas has changed a lot. I have to ask Asterbait. Flag him. Nah, he's got too much time to flag me. Repunj got timed out again. Uh-oh. Time is almost up. Oh my god, my correspondence game. I have winning position in my correspondence game, and I'm almost losing on time. Nice move, A5. I guess I missed rook F7. He still has knight H7 there. Business property investment. Yeah, I don't like Arsenal's time management. I've mentioned many times, but sometimes he gets me. He puts pressure on me on the clock. I don't know if it's a good strategy or not. I don't think it is, but some people like to do that. I'm not sure he's doing it on purpose, but he still plays too fast. Okay, great Lazarus. 8+5. Strong player. Yeah, you were in trouble. You were in trouble. Maybe your exchange sack, it was inspired but just wasn't good enough. And I do that all the time. Yeah, you played queen a5. What did we say? Queen a5 is always bad? But you didn't fall for the give up your dark square bishop. Mr. Coffee attack. I was a little bit nervous. I mean, it looked like you had some play there. Is this normal? So when I go bishop b5 check, I'm not even sure. I think you're supposed to play bishop d7 there, aren't you? No coffee, no energy drink, no tea, no breakfast. What about Dunkin'? I have this like weird feeling like they had Dunkin' Donuts in Hungary at some point, but I think I just made that up. You guys have like weird memories you just like made up? This is a strange move. Silicone boobs. You're not Bob. We always thought you were Bob because of your name. The silicone boobs is too nice to be Bob. You only have one Dunkin' Donuts in Hawaii? There must be a really strong competitor. Pineapple donuts. Macadamia donuts. Maybe there's like Hawaiian Mafia and they won't let them in there. The Hawaiian Mafia won't let them. Are those like churros or something? Man, we have langos in Hungary, which is basically fried dough. So there's really like there's never been a need for like donuts in Hungary. The McDonald's would sell donuts, but they'd always like just sit there on the counter, and no one would buy them under the plastic, like holder or whatever. There's just no need for donuts here. I mean, langos. Pastries in general, there's so many good Hungarian pastries. There's this donuts place, but I don't think they... There are occasionally like donut places, but they really don't do business. Churros are nasty. Honestly, there's no need for donuts anywhere. That might be true. We have great pastry in Hungary. Oh man, speaking of Starbucks in Hungary, there's this reality show. Like Little Brother, Big Brother, I don't remember. They have a lot of like copies of Hungarian TV has these reality shows that are very trendy. So some 21-year-old Hungarian TV star, woman, girl, whatever, went like viral on Twitter because she was complaining that the guy at Starbucks in like the center of the city, the most like urban Starbucks ever, didn't speak Hungarian. It's the same with a lot of delivery drivers. They just can't find enough native people to like do these jobs, so they have to hire a lot of like foreign students and stuff. And so this woman actually complained on Twitter that she couldn't order at Starbucks in Hungarian. It's ridiculous, you know. You're going to Starbucks. You're not eating at a Hungarian restaurant. Like, it's the most American, like Western business in the world, you know. what an idiot. I mean, seriously, she might have a case if she went to some kind of traditional sort of thing, but really, you like go to Starbucks, you're like an Instagram queen, and you're complaining because they don't speak Hungarian? Get a life, seriously. If you're like a nationalist, why are you going to Starbucks? It's hard work though, man, delivering food. I mean, nobody wants those jobs, honestly. I had a friend who was Hungarian, he was lazy, and he like had to quit after 3 weeks of trying to do like food delivery because he's not a hard worker. The bottom line is like the locals just don't want to do that job. It's just a hard job, and the only people that are willing to do the delivery jobs are like students with no money. And a handful of locals. But that's a hard job. Uber. I mean, delivery with a car is different, but mostly it's like motorbike and bicycle delivery. I've even seen guys like with scooters doing it. But I don't envy those guys. I mean, they have to work like hell. It's a tough job. You're just going around delivering in your car. It's a little bit better. Uber driver. Uber delivery. What's bishop f4? Is this a good move? Seriously, I don't know. I'm better here. But what should I play? Originally I was planning on like b3 and bishop e2. And no one dies if you make a mistake. Man, yesterday I was walking down the street. I hate the freaking electric scooters. There was this like tourist, probably, I don't know where they were from, but we're walking down the street, and already like the sidewalk was really narrow because this cafe had a lot of like tables on the sidewalk. And then this guy behind us with like an electric scooter was like beeping at me like to get out of the way. It's like, fuck you. There's like a street you can ride on the edge of the street. He's like making us get out of the way so he can ride by with his electric scooter. It's like the freaking sidewalk, dude. I could get out of the way. That's just crazy. Idiot. Yeah, he didn't play c6. This is an unusual setup with knight c6. Precisely. That's very unusual. I don't know. I have a very small edge, but he's traded a lot of pieces and it's probably not much. So I don't know. I feel like there has to be a solution here. Can't remember the last time someone played this line against me. That doesn't seem right. But I want to play c4 and allow bishop e4 check. So first I have to like castle, and now bishop e7. So I guess I don't know how I could play this better, to be honest. c4 makes sense here, and then I don't know what to do. I played rook d1, he lost the tempo with bishop d6. That's really weird. Maybe I missed knight g5, huh? Yeah, I could have played knight g5. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I missed knight g5. Very strong move there. That was a big mistake. It looks like the move is like taking itself back and then making it again. Did you see that? Is that normal? I'm gonna get like sunburn in my office. 100-degree Fahrenheit, sun beaming down. Computer's like processor is probably at like 90 degrees. Celsius is like direct sunlight on the machine. But it's better than me at dealing with this heat. That's true, Chess Ebra. You can play knight g5 in the Fort Knox. There are some interesting lines with that. I remember there was an article in New in Chess years ago with knight g5 lines. Honestly, I feel like the other Rubinstein French is better with knight d7. But I don't know enough, theoretically, to really be trusted. We call it old in chess now. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I mean, this theoretically... Does black have any weaknesses? Well, I mean, that pawn, kind of. This pawn. This whole queen side. I mean, this is kind of a weakness in a way. Even though he has weaknesses that didn't even leave the second rank. Oh, now I have knight g5 again. Gotta watch the back rank. But knight g5 is a good move. Am I gonna lose a pawn? No. Is there a tactic? Maybe. Better late than never. Queen h4. Yeah, now we gotta watch the back rank here. Queen h4, knight e4. I'm getting hit on the back rank pretty hard. So he's actually threatening taking here? No. Technically, no. No deflection. I mean, I could play queen h4, h5, but I don't have time to like finish him off with g4. Maybe I should have, actually. g4 would have taken away my back rank weakness. Yeah, maybe I could do that, huh? Here, h5, g4. I had this really, really weird feeling that I had the same kind of game against Great Lazarus once before, where he did like king g7 and rook h8 in a similar position. I'm not sure how good that is here. I mean, it was weakening my king side, but if it works, it works. Queen h4, sorry, g6, queen h4, h5, g4. If king g7, pawn takes pawn, rook h8. King g7, knight e4. Yeah, man, I swear I had a similar game against him before, where that sort of thing happened. I ended up like overextending myself. I'm not sure how deadly g4 is, and it really weakens my position a lot. Deadly. The 7 deadly chess sins. Deadliest catch. I'm getting roasted by the sun in my own office right now. Dude, I'm gonna get sunburn on my shoulder. Jesus. Today will be the hottest, and like tomorrow the second. Today the second hottest. Tomorrow the hottest day. The summer so far. Going up to like 105 tomorrow. Right. Shave ice. I need some shaving ice. This is likely the mildest summer of the rest of our life. I'm living in the wrong place, man. I'm moving to Finland after this, dude. This is enough for me. Dude, I didn't like living in Budapest in the summers in the first place. I am used to milder weather. But this is like my third, let's see, 2020, 2021, 2022. This is my third consecutive summer in Budapest. And like, you know, after 10 years of not spending the summer here. I'm going to Romania next week, probably. For like a week. But nothing is confirmed yet. If you go to the mountains or something, it's going to be a little bit better. I'll take my chances with the bears. Rather than this heat, man. Orban is in Romania, for example. Tushna Furlo. Alright, rook e2, rook d8, d5. Can I double on the e file? Or just d5 first? Wow, I'm actually threatening his knight. Why did I do this? Ooh, this is kind of a mistake, but maybe not. Yeah, I hallucinated. Alright, whatever. It's a mistake. I'm like baking. Alright. I'm calling a timeout due to heat warning in my office. I'm getting attacked. Look at the stripe of heat. Sun. I'm gonna have like a stripe on my body. Seriously. What's the average temperature in this time of year in Hawaii? Is it summer there? How does that work? Do you just have the same temperature all year round? Alright. Oh man. Whatever. Alright, I'm tired of getting like sunburned by the laser. It's still here. Jesus Christ. Is it humid in Hawaii? No, the one thing that's funny about this heat wave here, usually it's humid here, but this one wasn't too humid. It's not as humid as usual, which made it like bearable. I have to say, it's not that bad if it's not humid. I was used to staying somewhere in the summer where it was much cooler. Budapest is not that good with the humidity and hot. Don't really like it. But this particular heat wave is a little drier than the average. Keep the geckos out. It's a major issue. Better than, how about snakes? Did you know that Arsenal fan, there have been more snake bites this year in the UK than like ever? But they're all like imported, like they're all like imported pet snakes. Oh yeah. Going for the win. Yeah, you have venomous snakes in the UK. The adder, black adder, Mr. Bean. The experts say that it's almost impossible to get bit by a black adder. You'd have to literally step on one. They're generally not aggressive. Yeah, you're supposed to they're supposed to have like anti-venom in the UK. Like the paramedics and stuff, because you guys have adders. But it's extremely, extremely rare to get like bit by one. So what is this? Were you better at the end? Was G4 winning for me? Guys, I only have time for one last quick game. No, you were never better. Wow. He was playing for a win. He refused to draw by threefold repetition. You know, okay, he was better by half a pawn at one point. I didn't see what to play there, by the way. I missed the win. Oh, I have queen f4 or what? I don't see the win. Queen f4? That's strange. I have a win here. Queen f4. That's crazy though. King e7, queen takes c7. Wait, what? Why king e7? Why wouldn't you play this? What the heck? Oh, I have this? Oh man, that wins. Wow. I had one win. I mean, there were other positions where I was maybe better, but not easy. One clear win though. Knight g5. The earlier move. So this is really bad apparently. Wow. I'm supposed to play knight g5 here? No, I'm supposed to take. It looks like something Rockport would play for black. This guy, Fabrizio Patuzzo, was from my alma mater. He's like a Swiss. He's a Swiss guy. He's one of the only other people who graduated from BU who's like a chess master. After me. G takes f6. Queen takes f6. There's a Turkish guy too. Bishop g5, bishop takes f3. queen d2. Oh, this is their game. So I had seen this. Okay. I had seen this before somewhere, but it's been a long time since I looked at it. He lost his queen against Gelashvili. Sacrificed it. It's an old trap. Yeah, he wasn't like a well-studied player. I don't know. Surprised he got up to 2300. Alright. Last game. Sumer challenged me to 7+3. But that's good, because I gotta get out of here. We have to leave. Yeah, we're always looking to trap the queen. Now, black can take with the g-pawn and f6. I'm sure that Lord Lazarus would have taken with the g-pawn. He's not going to fall for that. You go first. No, you. Any person found owning or bringing a snake in Hawaii can be fined up to $200,000. Did you guys see what happened with this woman? Speaking of current events, there is a young woman who was flying from somewhere to Australia, or was it New Zealand? I guess it was New Zealand. I don't remember. It was either New Zealand or Australia. It's not important. Sort of important, but it's not the main thing. She was flying to either New Zealand or Australia, and she had a layover in Singapore. And she hadn't eaten anything in like 12 hours, so she bought a Subway sub in Singapore at the airport. And I guess she ate half the sandwich, put it in her bag, and the airport crew told her it was okay. But she's supposed to like declare it when she goes into New Zealand or Australia. The biosecurity laws, exactly. I guess it was Australia. So she forgot to declare it. She forgot it was in her bag. And they're like, oh yeah, this is going to cost you like $2,000. They fined her like $2,000 for having half a Subway sub in her bag. I mean, it's like, wow. It's an accident, and it's like a sandwich from Subway. It's not like you're bringing like insects or fruits and vegetables in your bag. It's really, and the size of the fine seems kind of overly like crazy. I could see like $500, but you know, you don't have to like destroy someone financially because they made a mistake, an honest mistake. That's crazy. So Subway gave her, somehow Subway found out because she posted on Instagram or something. Subway gave her like $1,200 in credits for Subway sandwiches. So now she has like more than half of the losses covered by Subway sandwich credits. It's pretty funny. Bringing back chopsticks. I mean, the idea behind it is good, but the extremity of the punishment and stuff. I understand the concept, but it's just kind of insane. I think most people would agree. Knight takes b5. Knight takes e4. Yeah. She ate half her sandwich. Exactly. And they said that the joke was that's why you never eat just half your Subway sandwich. You should always finish your whole Subway sandwich. We have Subway here in Budapest. I don't think, maybe once I ate there. Never been a big fan of Subway. It's alright. But I mean, when you grow up in New Jersey, in southern New Jersey... Did I blunder? What did I do? Are you serious? I blundered? I'm supposed to play rook e8? Oh my god. Never play queen a5. I told you guys, right? No, I didn't blunder. This is fine. Everything's fine here. It's gonna be fine. No, do I take and then play rook e8? Yeah, actually. Play rook e8 first. Or play... There's always bishop a6. Nothing bad could possibly go wrong here. Esh. Yeah, no, it's simple. The Hungarian language, the S is not pronounced S. S is pronounced sh. That's all there is to it. WJ Loof. When you grow up in the Delaware Valley and you're used to like Italian subs, Subway just doesn't cut it. I grew up, we had like hoagie day in high school. We used to like sell sandwiches to raise money for school. I miss Italian subs. Couldn't get a good Italian sub to save your life in Boston. Well, maybe if you went to the North End. Actually, it's still not the same as South Jersey. Alright. Fresh bread. Chili dog. So what's up, castles? Bishop takes c3. WJ Lee's from New Jersey. He's like Dr. Oz. You get that joke a lot now? There's a lot of Dr. Oz jokes. Oh, they had like some actor from the Jersey Shore, like trolling Dr. Oz. Have you seen that? Mr. Coffee? WJ Loof? Yeah, Snooky. You don't, but I understand it. Yeah, it's Snooky. I never watched Jersey Shore, but I would probably appreciate it. Arsenal's an aficionado. Worldwide recognition for the Jersey Shore. The British probably just like it because it's like Jersey, you know, they have Jersey too. Alright, we named everything after the UK. Like every town in England has an equivalency in the United States. Jersey. The Isle of Jersey. Queen d3. Doesn't look good. You gotta take your chances here, Sumer. Take my bishop, give me the light square, and then, you know, try to get me on the dark squares. I feel like I did something wrong. Newcastle. That's pretty far north, right? Do you like Newcastle brown ale? That was very popular in the States. I never drank it. For some reason I never tried it. Alright guys, we're out. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Simul time on Sunday. 6:30 p.m. CEST. 25 board simul. And then next week we'll start all over again. But I will be going to Romania next week or so. Within the next week or so. I don't know when I'm leaving. Maybe the end of next week. There will be some downtime for the stream this month. Well, next month, I should say. So, but at least for the next week, we're good to go. Most of the next week. You'll be working. Sorry to hear that. Doctors. Dr. Bob. Belmar. What is Belmar? We have a Belmar in South Jersey. No, Dracula. Chess Zebra. I don't know about the Hostel movies. That might have been like Bulgaria or something. I'm not sure. I never watched that. That's like kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre-ish. Oh yeah, Belmar. I thought you were talking about like a different Belmar, but it's spelled differently, isn't it? It's like W... Isn't it W-A-W-R? I don't remember. That was like my most like traumatic moment as a child. I went to baseball camp and I was like 8 years old, and the people at baseball camp like let us watch like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Definitely not appropriate for an 8-year-old. I was traumatized. Anyway, I got over it. How did Sumire even survive here to not being down material? Yeah, I should rewatch it, but I'm like afraid. Knight takes d5. Go for it. Oh, don't start talking action. It's Belmar. That's weird. Okay. I'm thinking of something else. Weird. AWR. What am I thinking of? What town has that? What town has an AWR ending? I must be thinking of another town. Something similar sounding. Some other Mar. Knight f4, queen takes d6, queen e4. Queen b4. Slovakia. Oh, that's weird. Slovakia was in the news yesterday because there's some small town that refuses to take down some kind of street name for a guy who was like a Nazi sympathizer. There's a big scandal about it now. There are neighbors. Slovakia is just north of Hungary. A lot of beautiful. Right, Balakinwood. There's those weird, like, Welsh names. Yeah, that's weird. It was always hard to understand these, like, weird Welsh spellings like that. What am I supposed to play here? Okay, queen c6, duh. Pennsylvania? Mr. Coffee would know. That's in Pennsylvania, right? Balakinwood. Balakinwood, Transylvania. D3, bro. You got him. On the ropes. Like Mike Tyson. Alright, guys. Thanks for the games. I will see you on Sunday. Thanks, everyone, for supporting the stream, for subscribing. We had a resub from IVYM. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the resub from Arsenal fan. 35 months. Power Chess, thanks for the follow. I'll see all you guys on Sunday. Don't forget. Don't miss the simul. Thanks, Mr. Coffee. And thanks to Arsenal fan. I will see you guys later. Bye now. Bye-bye.